So instead of complaining, we do something about it. We try and find solutions. And there's sometimes there isn't solutions. When there's not a solution, again, it's not a problem, is it? I told us, I think, was it last week, with that story from Harold Macmillan, the former British Prime Minister. I could have told this in Sydney, I'm not sure, but that particular story, again, is one of these little anecdotes which changed much of the way I looked at my life. Because I'm a spiritual director of Buddhist Society of WA, sometimes we call it spiritual dictator of Buddhist Society of WA, the head of the monastery down at Boston Mark of Serpentine Monastery. I've got so many responsibilities. I have to be very efficient with the way I use my mind. And this is actually one of the reasons how I can hold so much responsibility without getting too stressed out. Because this Prime Minister was once asked, during the time of the 6-day war between Israel, Palestine, that's not Palestine at that time, I think it was Jordan, and Egypt and Syria and Lebanon, fighting the war against these surrounding countries. It was called the 6-day war. During the middle of that crisis, the newspapers interviewed the former British Prime Minister Harold Macmillan, and they said straight away, "Sir, what do you think about the problem in the Middle East?" And this elder statesman, he'd retired at the time, said, "Sir, there is no problem in the Middle East." "There is no problem in the Middle East," he replied. And the reporter said, "How can you say that? As we speak, there's a war going on. People are dying, tanks are shelling buildings, people are being wounded. What do you mean there's no problem?" And his response was brilliant. He said, "Sir, a problem is something with a solution. There is no solution in the Middle East, therefore it can't be a problem." Now, that's one of those unexpected sayings which, when you contemplate it, has a huge amount of wisdom, which saves so much suffering. A problem is something with a solution. If there's no solution, it's not a problem. In other words, it's a waste of time even thinking about it, because you can't be effective.